Biography 17. Gandhi's Freedom Journey. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, later honored with the title Mahatma, meaning Great Soul, was born on October 2nd, 1869, in the coastal town of Porbandar in present-day Gujarat, India. He came from a Gujarati Hindu family, where his father, Karamchand Gandhi, served as chief minister of Porbandar, and his mother, Putlibai, was deeply religious and devoted. Over time, Gandhi became widely known not only in India but across the world, receiving affectionate titles such as Bapu, meaning father, and Rashtrapita, the father of the nation. His life would become one of the most influential journeys in modern history, ending tragically with his assassination on January 30th, 1948, in New Delhi. The world Gandhi entered was marked by dramatic shifts in power and identity. India, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, lived under the tight grip of British colonial rule. The empire exploited the country's economy and reinforced social divisions like caste discrimination, leaving millions struggling with poverty. At the same time, global movements for justice and human rights were beginning to stir, offering Gandhi both inspiration and models of resistance. His lifetime spanned 2 world wars, the rise of nationalist movements, and ultimately the partition of India in 1947. A moment of both triumph and deep tragedy, as independence came with widespread communal violence. As a child, Gandhi was fascinated by stories from Hindu epics such as the tale of King Harishchandra, whose life embodied truth and sacrifice. These early impressions left a lasting mark on his character, shaping his lifelong devotion to honesty and moral integrity. After his schooling in Rajkot and Bhavnagar, Gandhi traveled to London in 1888 to study law at the Inner Temple. By the age of 22, he had qualified as a barrister. However, his return to India brought disappointment, as his law practice failed to thrive. In 1893, a job opportunity took him to South Africa, and it was there that he experienced racial discrimination firsthand and began experimenting with the philosophy of nonviolent resistance, or satyagraha. Gandhi's years in South Africa laid the foundation for his life's work. There, he defended the rights of Indian immigrants against discriminatory laws, organizing peaceful protests and campaigns. When he returned to India, he refined these methods into a powerful political tool that would later challenge the might of the British Empire. Leading movements such as the Non-Cooperation Campaign in the 1920s, the Salt March of 1930, and the civil disobedience movements of the 1940s, Gandhi became the face of India's independence struggle. He also promoted symbols that carried deep meaning, spinning khadi cloth to reject British textiles, and marching to the sea to make salt as a challenge to unfair taxation. His influence was not limited to politics. Gandhi believed in transforming society through ethical reform. He urged Indians to rise above divisions of religion, encouraged the empowerment of women, and fought against the injustices of untouchability within the caste system. His message of simplicity and self-reliance was embodied in his ascetic lifestyle, his simple dhoti, and the humble spinning wheel that became his emblem. Globally, his philosophy touched leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr. in America, who declared that Christ gave the goals and Gandhi the tactics, and Nelson Mandela in South Africa, who drew strength from Gandhi's example in his own fight against apartheid. Yet Gandhi's path was not without struggle or controversy. He was imprisoned many times by British authorities, often responding with fasts that placed his own life at risk to move the conscience of others. Critics questioned his conservative views on technology, his insistence on an agrarian model rather than industrial progress, and even his personal experiments with celibacy, which raised debate both in his time and after. While he sought to ease tensions during the violent partition of India in 1947, his efforts could not prevent the bloodshed, leaving him heartbroken in the final months of his life. Despite the challenges, Gandhi's impact has endured far beyond his years. In India, he is remembered every October 2nd on Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday also marked by the world as the International Day of Nonviolence. His cremation site at Raj Ghat in Delhi, his former residence at Mani Bhavan in Mumbai, and Gandhi Smriti, where he was assassinated, are preserved as monuments. Countries around the globe have honored him with stamps, statues, and even an asteroid bearing his name. While in 2022, a statue of Gandhi was unveiled at the United Nations as a tribute to his global significance. The symbols of Gandhi's life remain powerful today: the charkha or spinning wheel, his simple round glasses, the salt carried from the Dandi March, and the plain khadi cloth he spun with his own hands. These objects tell a story of simplicity, courage, and the belief that even the smallest acts can challenge injustice. Some remember him as an almost flawless saint, while others point to his human flaws and complexities. Yet, his true legacy lies in showing the world that moral strength and peaceful resistance can transform societies. Gandhi's life reminds us that leadership rooted in truth and non-violence remains as relevant now as it was a century ago.